The search for a lightweight and powerful work laptop is always an ongoing thing, especially for the nature of work I'm in. And this time, I've landed myself with the mid-2017 15-inch MacBook Pro. This is the base configuration model with a Kaby Lake Core i7 quad-core processor, a Radeon Pro 555 GPU, and a 256GB solid-state drive storage, which I got it 2,000 ringgit cheaper on Lazada 2 months back. So what's cool and what's not on the MacBook Pro? I'm Warren with KLGadgetTV, and this is my full review. I have to admit that I wouldn't make the purchase if it wasn't for that discount, but by all means, this is still a really expensive investment. I did consider Windows laptops like the Asus ZenBook Pro and Dell XPS 15 before making the purchase, but I'm still more convinced with what Apple has to offer on the MacBook Pro. Build quality is one of the definite reasons I went for it. I'm not just talking about the solid magnesium alloy chassis, but also the solid display hinges. It is one that wouldn't make your display flimsy after years of service. The MacBook Pro's display panel is still one of the best laptop displays with a P3 color space. The 15-inch model here comes with a 2880 by 1800 resolution, which is much higher than most ultrabook displays and sufficient for a great viewing experience without killing battery life. There's also 500 nits of brightness that helps me a lot when I'm required to work outdoors. The speakers of the MacBook Pro beats almost every Windows laptops I've come across. They produce extremely rich sound and impressive low frequencies, which you do need to attach external speakers for casual music playback in a room or during a presentation. Coming from the 12-inch MacBook, I have to admit that the single USB-C connector has been a pain at times in terms of productivity. Having 4 Thunderbolt 3 ports on the MacBook Pro is just a lifesaver. Though the lack of an SD card slot is still rather disappointing, getting a proper USB-C dongle like this one from Ugreen resolves that issue. Not to forget that there are now a number of USB-C devices and cables which aren't expensive these days. I'm definitely not missing the absence of a standard USB port. The working area of the 50-inch MacBook Pro isn't the most comfortable experience I had. Though I have no problems typing on the 2nd generation butterfly switchers and appreciate that oversized trackpad for gestures, the sharp edges made resting my palm uncomfortable after using for extended periods. The older MacBook Pro design was actually better in that case. The touch bar is rather convenient at times, especially at changing font sizes and colors in documents. In apps such as Premiere Pro, I use the touch bar frequently for selecting and cropping my clips, which does help save a little effort from remembering the shortcut keys and reaching them when I need to focus on my footage. In terms of thermals, the MacBook Pro tends to get a little warm on the working area. Fan noise remains dead silent even when I'm opening a number of Chrome tabs, and it doesn't sound too annoying when it is working at full speed in video rendering tasks. The MacBook Pro isn't made for gaming, and if you're getting the base model that I have right here, don't expect any great graphics performance out of the Radeon Pro 555 GPU, unless you're willing to spend some extra cash investing in external graphics enclosure and take advantage of the Thunderbolt 3 ports. I recommend that you purchase a slim and lightweight gaming laptop for serious gaming. Throughout my 2-month ownership, I've been using the MacBook Pro heavily for making video conference calls, video editing on a connected hard drive, and my usual writing work. Apple claims up to 10 hours of web browsing time, which I managed to get close to 7 hours of combined usage when used purely for working on documents and web browsing, which the latter also includes activities such as streaming videos on YouTube and music listening on Spotify. For more resource-intensive tasks such as 1080p video editing on Premiere Pro, I'll get close to 5 hours of usage, which is very impressive for its standards. Apple also includes an 87-watt charger for the 15-inch MacBook Pro, which will fill the battery in around 1.5 hours. If you come from a last-gen 13 or 15-inch MacBook Pro, the mid-2017 model is definitely a huge upgrade in many aspects, and I would recommend the upgrade if you are already invested into Apple's ecosystem and willing to invest in USB-C accessories. This is the best laptop to go for if money is no object and you are looking for both performance and power efficiency in a lightweight machine. Depending on what kind of pro user you are, the MacBook Pro will definitely work well for editing videos that doesn't require a lot of advanced graphics, and if you're thinking to use it for designing high resolution graphics. Should you really require more RAM for applications such as virtual machines and multiple video editing sequence, then you should probably consider a Windows laptop for that, as the MacBook Pro's LPDDR3 RAM is maxed out at 16GB. So let's hope Apple will finally work out a way to use DDR4 RAM when it releases its Intel Coffee Lake powered MacBook Pros this year. Guys, if you have any questions on the base configuration model of the mid-2017 15-inch MacBook Pro, drop me a comment down below if you want me to try out certain apps, and I'll respond if it works well on my unit. Till then, thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to our channel for more weekly tech videos and follow us on the usual social media channels. I'll catch you soon in the very next one.